What's up everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I kind of have a fun little informational video, I guess if you want to call it. So this podcast...
It's not a podcast, it's a video.
So this video is going to be the top 10 I have it on my phone by the way, that's what I'm looking at. The top 10 podcasts to listen to during the 2020 quarantine, because I don't know about you, but I have a lot of spare time doing nothing. And it's also nice to listen to a podcast like if you're doing chores or whatnot, or just like getting ready in the morning, and like music can sometimes be like too much, if you know what I mean. So we're just gonna get into it. So I'm gonna start at 10 and count my way down all the way to 1, and you really don't wanna miss number 1 because it's literally my absolute favorite. I'm not gonna give any hints right now, but just don't fast forward, please. Just watch the whole video. Thank you. Okay, so to get started at number 10, we have The Dave Ramsey Show. And if you know me personally, you know that I'm pretty good at, my mom is probably gonna laugh if she watched this, but I'm pretty good at saving my money or like budgeting things. Like for one, I won't spend the money if I don't have it. So I'm not gonna ramp up my credit cards if I want something, pretty much. So I pay for it if I have the money. If I don't, then I don't get it. Simple as that. Or I just find a different job or a side hustle or something to make the money so I can afford it. But this one is all about, it's just like Dave Ramsey, he does, he's a financial guy. So he also does like people like phone into him, and he helps them with like their personal questions on like their finance. He's really known for helping people get out of debt. So if you have a lot of debt, I would definitely suggest looking him up and listening to some of his. He also has a book, which I have not read the book because I'm not really a reader type of girl. It takes me forever to read a book just because, I don't know, I'd rather listen or watch something rather than read. Sounds so bad, but whatever. Okay, so that is number 10. I'll keep it short and simple. Dave Ramsey Show, he's awesome. Check him out. Number 9 is The Lady Gang. I found these guys actually, I didn't know they had a podcast. I used to watch them, I think it was on E, and they were just hilarious. They were like a late night show, and they were just like, they're comedy, they're funny girls, they talk about pop culture, they have interviews with people on there. And their episodes range from about 20 to 60 minutes long, which is nice if you don't want something that's like 2 hours long and you have to sit there and listen to it. So like if you're on the way to Target and it's a 20-minute drive, super easy to pop that on and listen to it. And every episode is definitely gonna make you laugh some way, somehow. And if not, you have no soul. So check them out. The Lady Gang. Number 9. Number 8 is really interesting, and I honestly might have put this one up higher if they would actually put more episodes out more frequently, just because I think it's so interesting. So anyways, it is called The Other People's Lives, and pretty much it's an interview-based podcast where these two guys are interviewing people on like their crazy lives. Like when I say crazy, I mean like these people, it's stuff that I want to know personally about people, but I also don't want to like ask them the questions. Super weird. The one episode that is really sticking with me, it's this like, they talk about this guy who believes the world has ended and we're all living in a simulation right now. And trust me, I know what you're thinking, like that is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But if you actually go listen to it, it will kind of like play with your mind a little bit. And it did freak me out because it made me feel like, holy shit, this could actually happen. Granted, I know we're not living in a simulation, at least I don't think so. But go check them out because that episode was like, some of his points on there, I was like, wow, that actually could happen. So that one it's actually pretty good. And it's like if you're on a longer trip or whatever, that'd actually be a really good one because they range from about 30 to 60 minutes, but usually at the hour mark. So if you have a long car ride or if you want to like just put it on while you're cleaning or doing the makeup, totally a fun one. And I also like that one is because you don't have to go in order of the episodes. Like some of these that I'll mention, you have to kind of start at episode 1 to kind of realize that they're referring to things, like they're referring back in their later episodes. But this one you definitely don't. It's episode by episode, super good. Some of them are really funny too, and some of them are just like insane, crazy, really cool. So check that one out. That is The Other People's Lives. Number 7, The Morning Toast, hosted by one of the girls that I actually really love. I follow her on Instagram. It's at Girl With No Job. I think she's pretty funny. And they're just, I don't know how to describe them. They have two amazing personalities that are put together and they're really fun. And honestly, I like to listen to it in the morning because it's like the morning toast. So I'm like, this is festive. I'm gonna keep going with it. And another thing is they have a YouTube channel. So if you wanna check it out, just type in the morning toast. I think they're hilarious and they're sisters. I believe they're sisters. They're the same last name. So they're sisters, they're hilarious. Episodes range from about 40 to an hour long, 40 minutes to an hour long. So honestly, I found a pretty good pattern, I guess, in podcasts. Most of them range from 30 to 60 minutes. So that's pretty nice. So that was the morning toast. Their Instagram is pretty fun too. Number 6 is pretty basic. If you know Alicia Marie, she is a YouTuber. She was like one of the OGs who started like vlogs and all that. She has a podcast now with her friend Remy, and they're really fun to listen to because I find her pretty relatable. She's just really fun and she's just really nice, or she seems like she's really nice, I guess. But so I wrote that it's a lighthearted podcast. They talk about a range of different things. It's not too much of like a Dave Ramsey where it's like hitting hard on like finance and stuff. They're really fun, lighthearted, really easy to listen to, and just, yeah, I also love hearing, so they're one of the podcasts that like have dating tips and all that kind of stuff, and I find it so interesting to listen to other people's dating tips because I'm just like, never thought about that. Okay, so that was pretty basic. Also, they have a YouTube channel if you want to check her out, Alicia Marie, Remy, they both have YouTube channels. Yeah. So number 5 is my freaking girl. I would do anything to meet this girl in real life, because she's just a mood. I was with her from the very beginning of Vanderpump Rules season 1 before it became even popular, and I was like, Stassi, you are my girl. You have an attitude. Love you. Season 1 Stassi, love you. But anyways, her podcast is number 5. Straight Up with Stassi. How cute is that? So cute, and it's so her, because she is definitely going to tell you how it is, like no sugarcoating. Her episodes range for about like an hour, I would say, average about an hour long, and she talks about anything. She does it with her, I guess now fiance, soon to be husband, Bo, and I think they're the cutest couple ever. I don't know, Stassi, I love you. If you see this, I want to meet you because you're just, yeah. And she also has a book. So check her book out. Love her. That's all I have to say about her because she's just amazing. Her attitude is literally, I want to say my attitude sometimes. So I think that's why we go a little 2 peas in a pod. Number 4 is Girls Gotta Eat. These 2 girls, I swear to God, my stomach hurts from laughing so hard after I listen to their episodes. They are a little longer, so they average to about 1.5 to 2 hours long, but I kind of like them just because if I'm working on something, I can just pop in my headphones and listen to them while I'm working, and I look like an idiot when I start laughing because these girls will make you laugh. And if we were in quarantine and COVID wasn't happening, they also do have live shows, which that'd be so fun to go to a live show, but where I'm at, they don't really come here, so maybe I'll make the venture out to go check them out at a bigger city. But they are hilarious. They talk about their sex life, their personal lifestyles, and they're just the most relatable people I've ever listened to. And they get off, I love when podcasts, I don't know what you guys, if you listen to them, but I love when podcasts get off topic and they start rambling about stupid things, because in my head, that's what I would be doing. And sometimes when they start rambling about them, it's what I was also thinking. So it's nice to know that they're also thinking it too. And then they also have a YouTube channel, which I have not actually checked out, but I'm sure it's hilarious because they're really fun. Number 3, I don't know what to think about this anymore because I realized after I did this, I don't know if they're happening anymore. Is Call Her Daddy. We all know it. We all love them. We all think they're amazing. But yeah, they've been a little MIA for the past, I would say, like 4 episodes or something like that. I'm not really sure what's happening. I mean, people are saying that they're getting in a little tiff with their contract with Barstool. But I would love for them to come back, or just like cancel that contract. I don't know if you can do that, or get out of the contract, don't re-sign, and just go start your own thing, because you guys already have a fan base. You guys will be fine by yourself. But it's basically about them living in New York City together, and they're hilarious. They talk about all the, like, everyone talks about the glamour side of New York City, but these girls, they're talking about that they lived in a shithole apartment. There were like bugs. They got all their furniture from freaking dumpsters that people were giving away for free. It is hilarious. Their stories are funny. And their personalities are just, they don't give any fricks, we'll say. They don't care about anything, what anyone thinks of them, which is amazing. We all should have that little personality. But yeah, so Call Her Daddy. They average about an hour long. If they come back, hopefully they come back soon, because I miss my Wednesdays, because I have like a lineup. Once you start getting podcasts, if you start listening to these, you'll realize each day you get excited for a new podcast, and they ruin my schedule, because I don't know Wednesdays if I have another one. I guess I have one that posts every day. But okay, so that is Call Her Daddy number 3. They also have a YouTube channel, but I haven't checked it out in a while, and I assume they probably aren't putting anything up there because they've been a little gone. Okay, so at number 2, we have the Gary Vee audio experience, and this one is gonna be for people who are like, it's not a reality podcast, it's not a lifestyle podcast, it's more of like an entrepreneurial, he kind of tells you how it is, makes you, oh, my cat did not like the spot he was at. He just moved over 1 foot and then plopped down. Anyways, this guy is hosted by Gary himself. He's just a real cool dude. We're just gonna put it at that. And if you've ever listened to one of his podcasts, you know why he's at number 2, because he makes you want to like be successful in life. If you're ever feeling down and you don't know what to do, turn on Gary Vee, because he will just like push you around. Granted, he does cuss a lot, so not for children, I would say. If you're in the car with children, I wouldn't play him. Definitely not play him. Honestly, I don't know if I would play any of these people besides the Dave Ramsey show, because your kid's not gonna know what any of it means. Yeah, I don't think I'd play any of them with children in the car. Yeah, Gary, his content is kid approved. His language he chooses, not so much. But sometimes, if you think about it, his language is kind of straightforward. He doesn't care what anyone thinks. He's gonna tell you how it is. He's just, yeah, he has a lot of good advice in like the social media world. So definitely check him out. He's amazing. And he has a bunch of different platforms too. So the podcast, I'm pretty sure he has a YouTube channel where he cuts snippets out. Instagram is a good spot to do it. TikTok, he's talking all about TikTok, but I kind of find him a little weird on TikTok, but I don't care, and I know he doesn't care that I find him weird on TikTok, so I don't really follow him there, but on Instagram I definitely do. I like those, and he just really, I think one thing about him is he really cares about his audience, and right now he's doing I think it's Daily Tea with Gary Vee. So clever. Yeah, and he has people call him in, ask him questions, and it's like personal, one-on-one, and I think that's great, because that actually, I think, builds a better audience, and people are gonna like you better if you do that. So, number 2, the Gary Vee audio experience. He's a good one. And last but not least, number 1, and if you listen to her, you know why, because she's literally the queen of detail, and I love little tiny details about everything. Like, I want to know everything that you're doing, especially since it's audio and I can't see you. I need to be able to know exactly what you're doing, what you're drinking, what you're wearing, what you're putting on your face for makeup, skincare, all that stuff. But anyways, it is the Skinny Confidential, him and her podcast, or him and her show. But you just need to know the Skinny Confidential. It's hosted by Lauren, and I believe I guess her husband technically does host it with her. Yeah. But sometimes he's not in them. Sometimes she does solo shows, which is fine. But so it's hosted by her and her husband, we'll say, and they literally talk about everything. So she recently just had a baby, and she did a podcast on her birth story. And let me tell you, I don't have children, and that might have delayed me having a child a couple years, because she did not leave anything out. Which I'm very thankful, because half the stuff that she mentioned, I've never heard of anyone telling you that, or telling me that's what happens when you have a baby. So it was kind of nice that she said that, because I would have just went into it blindsided or something. But that was a really fun episode. She also brings in business people, and they talk about how they grew their business from the ground up. She has celebrities on there. She has really gone like full throttle on her podcast. She's now 264 episodes deep. Now keep that in mind, I'm pretty sure they only release, I think 2, maybe 1 or 2 a week. So like they have been at the podcast for a while, you know? So that's great for her. But she also is a blogger. She was probably one of the very first bloggers, and she talks about all the time how she was always criticized and people were like, how are you gonna make that a business? Blah, blah, blah. And now look at her now. She's freaking killing it at everything she does. But her podcast range from, I would say, about an hour. Did I write that down? Oh yeah. Average about an hour long, and you definitely learn something new every single time you watch her podcast. Like you can tune in and you'll know the guest that she has on, but then she'll like ask him a question that I never even thought of, and I'm like, wow, that was actually really great to know. But I just find her really inspirational, especially the people that she has on there. It's really fun to hear two different like sides to something, and she's definitely the type of person who's like a no bullshit. If she doesn't agree with someone on her podcast, she's not gonna sit there and nod with the guest and be like, yeah, I totally agree. No, she'll definitely state her side and just leave it at that. I also love that in a person of like not letting it decide if you're gonna be friends with them. So love that. They're an open podcast. I just can't say enough good things about her because, again, just like Stassi, if I wanted to meet someone in this world, it would definitely be Lauren because she's just killing it. And she's just amazing. And she's freaking gorgeous too. Look her up. She's beautiful. Yeah, so that was number 1, The Skinny Confidential. And that is all I have. I hope this brings you guys some kind of new podcast to your life. If not, sorry, I guess I'm kind of still in the mainstream podcast. But I know there's probably some in there that you guys have not heard of. So check them out for sure. As always, please be sure to like this video and comment below podcasts that you want me to check out. I'm always open for new podcasts. I would love to check some new ones out. It's just hard to kind of search for some now because there is getting kind of quite a few of them. So just comment below a podcast that you like and kind of a brief summary of like what they do, just so I'm aware. And also subscribe to my channel. That would mean a lot to me. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.